Hello, this is Carter from Today's English. Today we are going to talk about English kindergartens in South Korea. English is a very important subject in South Korea due to the CSAT, which is synonymous with Sunyung. English is even considered one of the top 3 most important subjects on the CSAT, along with Korean and mathematics. However, there are growing concerns about English education for young children. Here is the latest news on English kindergartens. English kindergarten divide. Over 50% of children in southern Seoul attend, under 15% in north. 3 in 10 students in Seoul have attended English kindergartens, with participation far higher in the city's southern neighborhoods than in those north of the Han River, suggesting parents in relatively affluent districts are far more likely to send their children to such programs. According to a survey by the Seoul Metropolitan Office of Education released Sunday, 29% of parents with children in kindergarten, elementary, or middle school said their child is currently attending or has attended an English kindergarten. The survey polled 25,487 respondents in Seoul, 11,941 parents, 9,006 students, and 4,540 teachers. In Korea, English kindergartens refer to private academies that teach young children, typically from around age 3 until they enter elementary school, primarily in English. They have drawn criticism for intensifying the private education industry. Last year, some lawmakers introduced a bill under which all cram school programs in English would be prohibited for children under 36 months. In Seoul District and Gangnam District, the 2 most affluent districts in the capital, 56% and 52.5% of parents said their child is currently attending or has attended an English kindergarten. In contrast, the rate was far lower in areas such as Gangbuk District at 14.7% and Jungnang District at 13.7%, both in the northeastern part of the city. The income gap between these areas is substantial. According to the National Tax Service, Seoul and Gangnam topped the nation in average employment income per resident in 2024 at 91 million won, $60,700, and 90.8 million won, respectively. Private education participation remains widespread across Seoul, with 89% of students enrolled in some form of private tutoring or instruction. By school level, the rate was 90.7% for elementary school students, 89.8% for middle school students, and 75.4% for kindergartners. Among parents whose children did not receive private education, the most common reason was financial burden at 24%, suggesting that economic factors drive gaps in access to private education. For other reasons, 21% of parents said the child can study independently, while 16% said they do not feel the need for it. Meanwhile, 49% of parents said they would not cut such spending even if it jeopardized their retirement savings. Spending on private education also varies widely by region and household income. According to the Ministry of Education, average monthly private education spending per student in Seoul was 663,000 won last year, about 45% higher than the national average of 458,000 won. By household income, students from families earning at least 8 million won a month spent an average of 662,000 won, compared with 192,000 won for those from households earning less than 3 million won, more than 3 times the amount.